from Ghost Crusaders as lost a lot of weight. Looking good, you sexy kiwi.
Long way to go.
You do look great. I mean, that's not the point of this interview, but of course, it's part of it. I was like, "Look, we need Az to come on and talk about his workout routine." Um, you have been crushing it. What's going on? What is your plan? What inspired you? Do you feel funny talking about it? Because it is a funny yeah, I guess it is a funny thing to talk about.
Funny talking about it a little bit. I don't embarrassed isn't quite the word. Maybe ashamed could be the word.
No,
I don't know.
it's great.
No, I mean I got to the point. I mean, during COVID, I absolutely ballooned during COVID. And I'd
We
just
all
been
did.
ballooning anyway for about the last 10 years. And it just got to a point at the end of 2021. Yeah. At the end of 2021, at December 2021, I was just noticing so many problems with myself, physically. And I say mentally because of Coof, my house had turned into a fucking warehouse, an absolute DOS
Right.
house.
I remember all the boxes behind
Oh
you.
yeah, it's just stacked. There wasn't looking at old videos and just seeing. I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
You're like, "Are they
I
submitting me to hoarders?" Yeah.
yeah, I look like a fucking hobo that was addicted to cake, and I just had this fucking beanie on, big hoodie, just like
Oh.
and my knee, I was limping because my right knee was just absolutely fucked.
Wow.
Because I'd got so many problems with the knee, my back was fucked. And I literally got to the point where I was just like, I'm gonna die in about a week. And
Oh.
I would rather not if possible. But I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to start, what to do. How do I even begin doing something so massive when you got yourself in so much trouble on a physical standpoint? So I called my bro from another mom, my sister's partner, Mr. Porkchop, and I was just like, dude, I need help. I have lost control here. I said the house has just turned into an absolute fucking warehouse. I couldn't even my bedroom. I'm not even joking. There was no floor space on my bedroom for boxes.
Was it because you're ordering a lot of stuff? Like, you have a lot of I
Yeah,
know they're
yeah,
not dolls. They're not called dolls, but, like,
yeah.
are you
No,
just
dolls are
like,
fine. Barbies, dolls, Cindy's. It's all good. It's all fine. Yeah.
was it more just like you didn't wanna deal with tidying up, or you just are normally ordering a lot of stuff and it just was piling up?
Well, it was a mixture of just constantly ordering. I was doing the toy streams, and I always wanted to have something to show off. So there's always that pressure. But also, my house is this is tiny house. Like, cameras are very
Yeah.
deceptive in space. But I can touch that wall there. That's me touching that wall. It's an arm length away, and so if you just have to put out your arm, that's how much room is between the back of this chair and that wall. This room is tiny. The house is absolutely tiny. So I'm just ordering all this stuff in. Some of it's like massive boxes as well, statues, da 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 da. And I just got nowhere to put them. I didn't have any storage. Everywhere was closed down. I had
Ugh.
nowhere to put them. So I just lost the plot, I guess, is the only nice way to put it. And so I'm just putting stuff in plastic tubs then. So we've got all these just plastic tubs just starting to take over the house, and the bedroom floor just completely full of them. This floor over here, I just literally had a
Wow.
little walkway to get out this room. Downstairs in the front room, on the sofas, just piled high on the everything. There wasn't in the kitchen. Just I had nowhere
Wow.
to go. I even had plastic tubs of hot toys on the bed.
So
I had
you're
half a
ordering, but
bed.
you're not sending anything out. So you have lots coming
No.
in, but nothing is going
Yes.
out.
So my brother came around. It's just like, I was like, this is the situation, and he's like, okay.
You're like, "Can you come in here and help dig me
Yeah,
out?"
well, this was it. I was physically a wreck. I couldn't,
Erect?
you know. Not at that time. Not at that time. Probably quite the opposite. Probably rather impotent at that time. To be honest
Another wrinkle to I'm also erect, but come in here and help me clean.
This is weird. That's weird. Why am I even like this? This isn't even fucking arousing. I'm not 14 again. I don't just get wild erections out of nowhere, you know?
Like, I'm just so happy you're here.
Yeah, but thank you. At my age, thank you. So yeah, we ended up saying, right, we need to focus on a room at a time.
Yeah.
So when he came up for the first time in 2022, we started on my kitchen. When I say we, 95% him, 5% me. We started working on the kitchen, and I think the first time he was up, we managed to clear out the kitchen, get the kitchen cleared out, and a little bit of the a third of the front room. So we actually started to have a place to work from. Got some of the cabinets I'd bought up, managed to get some of the stuff into the cabinets as well. So we had this little space in the front room and the kitchen done. So that was like brilliant. You know, we started. Then the next time he came, we finished off the rest of the front room. So I actually had a downstairs. The second time he came up, I'd made the decision I need a storage unit. Good. That's the best way to do this, is actually having a storage unit. It's insured, so please feel free to nick it. I don't care. Right now, I'll take the cash because I'm going to liquidate a lot of it anyway. So I've got a storage unit, so we had somewhere to put some stuff. Then the next time he came up, we did the bedroom. Again, 95% him, 5% me. We did the bedroom. And then the final time, when I say the final time, trying to sort out the house, we did the office. I think the final room to tackle was the office. So this is happening incrementally throughout 2022. So as the wonderful Jordan Peterson says, clean your room. And it was amazing because I didn't know where to start with me. But it was amazing that once we got everything cleared out, everything in a storage, my bedroom looks like a bedroom, my front room like a front room, my kitchen like a kitchen, and this office looks like a toy store, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. But cleaning my room, did that, which was clean my room. So I was able to start to think a little bit more straight. So even though I wasn't dieting then, and even though I was still drinking and eating all the horrible stuff, at least I could say, right, I need to start to tackle me now. So towards the arse end of 2022, I think it was round about the beginning of December, I said to myself, I got to stop drinking energy drinks because they are a crutch. I felt as if I...
What was your favorite one? Monster
Ripper. Shout out Eric July.
Wow, he has his own.
He has his own brand of Monster, yeah. But I felt like I couldn't function without energy drinks because I was so low energy. I needed an energy drink to perk me up. But of course, you get the terrible crashes afterwards, which creates a false sense of depletion that you need to boost by another energy drink.
Coffee too? Were you drinking coffee too?
When I'm drinking energy drinks, I'm not drinking that much coffee or tea, but I'm still drinking a lot of soda pop at the same time, fizzy pop, to us Europeans. So I'm still just plowing sugar into my body like it's going out of fashion. I'm like, I've got to stop the energy drinks. So I stopped those. 10 days later, I'm like, let's go for pop as well. Let's go for the fizzy pop. So I do that. And so this is the beginning of December of last year. I turn up for Christmas with my family around the 18th because we have to alternate Christmases because of the boy, the nephew, the grandson, all that sort of stuff. So we had our Christmas day last year on the 18th of December. And I do recall on the 18th of December, it was 9 days without fizzy pop, which would have meant 19 days without energy drinks.
Solo. Yeah, were you thinking like, well, it's the holidays?
I didn't capitulate. I didn't cave. I carried on even through Christmas, but I was at the early stages of it, and then proceeded a little bit, and I thought, why not add alcohol to it? I don't drink massively anyway. Why
What were
don't we
you
just
drinking?
add? Yeah, so that's just it. When I was drinking, rum and coke
Okay.
was a big one for me. Rum and cokes, vodka coke, yeah, orange and coke, orange and vodka, orange and coke.
So the
Sure, coke,
soda and the alcohol are like one and the
soda,
same.
exactly. So if I was drinking alcohol, it would normally be because of soda. So I might as well just add alcohol to this list as well then, because the mixers have gone. So let's just do that. So I did that. Then later down the line, it's like, let's stop. I'm still ordering shit food. Let's stop eating shit food, shall we? Or at least let's stop ordering in shit food. You know, go out to the supermarket and buy shit food instead.
That's the thing is when you live by yourself, it's so fucking hard to not just order. Like I lived in so many different apartments, like just me or with roommates, and it's like you're just not motivated to cook when it's one person. So that
Mm.
is such a huge part of it. And sometimes you're like you're too tired from work or whatever, you're stressed. It's so easier to just like whatever, DoorDash, Uber Eats something. So I feel like that is a huge step, being like, now I have to learn how to cook? Fuck.
Yeah, well, it just becomes so habitual as well. Because I stream so much videos, you had an inbuilt excuse. Oh, I've been streaming until 10 o'clock at night. Too late to cook. Might as well order something in. Of course, it takes 25 minutes, 30 minutes for the food that you've ordered in to arrive, which is time that you could have actually made yourself a meal. But it's about not doing that. So I added the fast food, the takeaways to that, and I think it's only been 6 weeks. I think this is just week 7. I'm just starting or just finishing, one or the other. Week 7. I think I'm just starting this week of actually hitting the gym properly as well. So I've incrementally started to make some changes. But the camera, as much as it's as deceptive as the camera is, it's very generous to me right now. In as much as you know, it's high, so I've got a little bit of a top down, which is great for the old chin poo. You know, you tend to lose weight first on your face.
Extremities, yeah.
Yeah, more than anywhere else. So I'm you know, down here, from here downward, multitude of sins. You know, it's just multitude of sins. So this is I've created this 2-year journey. I call it the 2-year journey, and it's about, you know, self improvement, and also saving up in this time as well, because I want to get a casa de house. I want to actually buy a house for myself.
Ooh, a Mojo Dojo Casa House?
Mojo Jodo Casa House, yes. That all just means house. Yes. House. So the 2-year plan isn't just an arbitrary number. It's literally the number I think I will legitimately need to look like a human being again, because I don't look like a human being right now.
Oh, stop.
I look like a fucking Russian doll was given arms and legs by accident.
Come on.
And so I'm only 17 weeks in to the actual monitored weight. So it took me a long time to pluck the courage up to get onto the scales and
It's
actually see the
the
damage.
scale fucking sucks. Like, even just making terms with getting on the scale is such a huge step. Like, that's when
Mm.
I notice my shit's getting out of control when I won't even get on. It's like, "Oh, today was bad. I'll get on tomorrow." It's like, "No," because you
Well,
remember that number all day, and it affects your
as well, I
decisions.
haven't been on for 10 years, maybe not today. And then
Yeah.
as soon as I got on the scales for the first time, it was just like, please, I'm begging you, get the fuck off. I'm begging you. That's what the scale said to me. So when I saw the horrific number in front of me, and I was just like, at least I had a starting point. At least I had a starting point. So I've lost in the last 17 weeks that I've been monitoring my weight. I don't know what I lost between December and that time purely by stopping alcohol and whatnot, but it was probably a couple of stone. Let's just say a couple of stone, probably.
It's a stone.
A stone is 14 pounds.
Oh, shit. Wow.
So it was
Okay.
probably that. But in the 17 weeks that I've been monitoring the weight, I'm down 60 pounds. in 17 weeks. But there is fat fuck that I am. There is a long way to go for me to be a regular human. And one of the one of the reasons why I want to do this is because I actually want to start to go to meetups. You know, I want to go out and meet my audience and the audience of FNT and stuff like that. And right now I can't do that. I just can't do that from a self perspective. I just can't do that. And it frustrates me and it upsets me in as much as, you know, I do see a big outpouring from a lot of people saying, "Oh, well, aren't you going to be there in September for the UK meetup?" No, I'm not. You know, are you going to be at a meetup in 2024? Probably not, unless I'm crushing this like Arnold crushes puss back in the day. You know, probably not. 2025 is the goal. The 2-year plan is the goal. But if everything does go according to plan, then that is going to allow. I will travel to the States. I will travel to the States, and that's probably going to be a bit of a tour de force because there's so many people literally around the whole of the United States that probably want to, you know, me to go across and see them, even if it's for just a day or two. And I feel I need to be able to give you the best me, not a discount, broken, limited version of myself. And I should have done this years ago. And I know I should have done this years ago. And it frustrates me that I didn't decide to do this years ago. But for the first time in probably 20 years, I think this is working properly. I think the motivational aspect is working properly. I've got the food down. I've cut out the majority of the crap. Still tighten up in a couple of places, but the majority of the crap douche. I'm now also got the gym. Probably going to be speaking to a personal trainer next week to take me to the next step, one that specializes in weight loss, transformation, and nutrition. Because as much as I'm loving going to the gym and doing what I'm doing, a trainer will push me further. And they obviously have much better knowledge of how to properly transform your body and whatnot. So I think that's the next step, and I think that will be the final piece in actually having the jigsaw. Now I've just got to make the jigsaw. I've got to make the picture.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not you, it's me. That's the problem. It's not you, it's me that's the problem.
I'm seeing it in the comments too. You're very hard on yourself, but I understand that. I'm very hard on myself as well. And it's good that you're using the meetups as a source of motivation to like really push you to set goals. But like anybody will tell you, like, you don't need to be in any certain type of shape or look. Like everyone would love to see you. It doesn't matter. And what you could be an amorphous blob and people would still come out. You know
Well,
what I mean?
luckily
Like
I
you
am
look
right now.
fine.
So
You
well,
look fine. You're
look,
so hard on
the
yourself.
biggest problem for me, okay, the biggest mental hurdle that I need to get over for me is I was such a sporty guy when I was younger, into my teens and into my 20s. I played every sport imaginable. Cricket, rugby,
What was your favorite?
football, athletics, hockey, gymnastics, tennis. I did everything imaginable. I was so athletic, in as much as I always loved doing the physical side. I was as lean as they fucking come. I had a six pack. I had the whole fucking job lot, right? Then I got a desk job and became a fat fuck, an amorphous blob. And I don't recognize me anymore physically. I don't know who this person is. And it's so weird to look at yourself in the mirror and say, who are you? How did you get in? How did you change me? How did you change what I was? And 20 years ago, I got myself back to normal again. And over that 20 years, gone again. I became, you know, the demon. I call it the demon just for dramatic effect. The demon took over again, so I do look in the mirror now, and as much, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't have the chat open, not because of any other reason than I don't really like. I'm not very comfortable talking about this kind of
Oh,
thing.
well, it's all very
Um,
positive, and everyone loves you,
but
and
I do look in the mirror now, and I do say, who are you? Who, this isn't me. This isn't Terrence von Higginbottom. This is some fucking weird guy who's taken over my body and done horrendous things to it. And I wanna be me again.
yeah.
Is the real thing. So I get, because the audience have only seen me a certain way. I get that that's how they themselves would envision me, but this isn't me,
Yeah.
and it annoys me, and I understand the annoyance gets compounded when you realize, well, to get out of this, I got to do so much hard work over such a long period of time. It's not something I can go boom. It's not a personality thing that you can try and flick a switch on. No, I have now got to wreck myself in an effort to get back to who I was. And yeah, because I got people coming next month.
Yeah.
Gary and such. I'm embarrassed for me,
You
and
really
stuff like that.
shouldn't
So
be, like,
I am, because he's not going to see who I. Well, he's going to see who I am now, but he's not going to see the person that, like I said, the person that I've known.
right, but no one would
Um,
judge you for that, and these meetups are, like, not, you know what I mean? This is not, like, not everybody is prioritizing fitness at these meetups, I'll put it that way. Like, nobody would care what, I know you're doing it for you, but,
yeah,
nobody would care, like, they
I would.
people love you for you, but I know it's like you're doing it for
I would
yourself.
care. I would care. That's the thing. I would care.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel you on that. I have been on every single diet. I've always struggled with weight. Me and my mom, like when she was still alive, we did every single, there was a diet called the balls diet where she and I, do you put
I bet you were
sterling
great at
silver
that.
balls? Oh, I'm still on it now. It's just a different kind. But she would put balls behind her ears and push it. It would be a pressure point that was supposed to kill your hunger. We did something where we just ate yogurt. We did the master cleanse where we didn't, for 28 days. I just had like lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and grade B maple syrup. That was it. Just drank that. I would get to a point where I'd be like smelling people's food. I'd be like, "That's enough. Take it
Yeah.
away." Like let me just smell it. Oh my god, I've done Atkins. I've done South Beach. I've been vegetarian. I used to do a ton of juicing. And like last, I don't know, I guess year and a half, been in and out of messy keto and carnivore, like doing so. I totally feel you on that. And just starting is the hardest thing. Like that first
Mm.
time back on the scale, the first time back at the gym, because guess what? Now it hasn't been 7 months, a year, whatever, since you've been at the gym last. Now it's only been a day since you were last at the gym. And now you can like, all right, I'm starting from here. I can just, it sounds gay, but it's like you can just start over. Every day is another chance. And God, and then I had a time where I was just doing a ton of Bikram yoga, which is the yoga where you sweat a lot. And I was in like a very abusive relationship and I got down very, very skinny. And I make jokes about it, but people will be like, "Are you okay?" And
Mm.
I'd be like, "Oh my God, thank you." So like,
I kind of wish that I was in that direction. I wish I was that skinny. People are like, "Are you okay? You need a burger?" Oh,
oh my
thank you,
God, eat a
thank
sandwich,
you.
really?
Oh my god, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. I would much prefer to be in that direction than the direction that I'm currently in. But yeah.
Yeah. And then I was a bridesmaid in my husband's brother's wedding, and then like got married within like, kind of within a year of each other. So that for me was like a huge motivation. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be on all these pictures. I get it. I gotta fucking get it together because I am someone who can easily yo-yo. I could just be like, fuck it. I could just you know, but then you learn like, all right, you YOLO and then you come back the next day.
Mm.
Like you don't just YOLO for a couple of weeks on end.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's always
yeah.
hard.
If you have a bad day, have a good day the next day. That's
Yeah.
don't an easy trap to fall in is having a bad day and go, well, I've had a bad day, might as well have a bad week.
Fuck it.
And then
Yeah.
before you know, your bad weeks turn into a bad month, which has turned into a bad year. And that's the easiest way to falter. So yeah, there are certain areas I can still clean up in terms of diet and whatnot. I am partial to the odd protein bar here or there just because it kind of feels like I'm having something dirty for a
A
change.
protein bar? Really? I haven't found any that are good. They all taste like chalk and cum to me.
Probably why I love them. And I'm a massive fan of chalk. And yeah, so even if I have a little bit of a bad day, I'm just like, well, it's a bad day. Tomorrow, make sure it isn't a bad day. And I've been lucky enough to do that at the moment. And yeah, the best thing about starting exercise and starting going to the gym regularly is your body adapts. And so I do find myself sometimes sitting here and then my body would just be like, let's do something.